just wants to go. I love it, dude. Alright everyone, welcome back to Automotive Anatomy. Today we have Kline. Kline, thank you so much for making the time for us, man. Thank you. Tell us, what kind of car do you drive?
So this is my 79 Toyota Cressida.
79 Toyota Cressida. You look like a very young guy. I think this car was around way longer than you were.
Yes,
and that's what makes it super cool, man. And then it's a wagon. Come on, man. That's the best part of the whole entire thing. Before we start into this beautiful wagon, tell us a little bit about yourself, Kline. Like, when do you remember thinking, I like cars, this is kind of the hobby that I want to pursue?
I was just basically in high school looking at cars in my free time in class, and my dad was always into cars. He used to build custom cars.
Oh.
When he was a little younger. So I was around the shop for a while. And then that's probably what sparked something in my brain to like these things. And yeah, spending a lot of time on the computer in high school was pretty good for me.
Learning, of course.
Learning.
What kind of cars did your dad work on?
Mostly like 40s and 50s American hot rods and custom cars, yeah.
Gotcha. And so when you were liking cars, did you think, okay, I'm gonna go the American muscle way, or?
Honestly, like maybe for like a week. And then all my buddies are into Japanese cars, so that's kind of what I steered towards. And yeah.
So it was the Japanese cars that you kind of went to.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was the first type of cars that you were like, I hope this is my first car?
I was looking at S13s and all that stuff to get like full drift cars, but
saw the prices on them and you're like,
yeah, I can't afford something like that.
Not yet.
Yeah,
that's funny. Okay. So what becomes your first car?
So this is my first project car. I got my car I drove in high school is just a Jeep Grand Cherokee. So that was fun.
Those are high in demand, man.
No, that and they're a lot of work because you break it every time you use it.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was driving down the freeway one day. TV axle just explodes. And I'm glad you're okay. I have a full car. Everyone's in it, and like the drive shaft's whacking the trans tunnel and everything. Yeah, it was crazy.
What year was it?
It was a 01.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's just braking left and right like that?
Yeah.
I thought those things were supposed to be reliable. You're supposed to be going over mountains, not on the freeway.
They do fine in the mountains sometimes, and then I don't know. My car shook. It had like the thing called death wobble. Oh. Dude, it was a handful.
Okay.
So I got out of that.
Okay.
As soon as I could.
Good. Okay. So how do we stumble upon this thing? Because this is super unique. I mean, who goes and finds this thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I keep asking myself that too. I was looking on Facebook and Craigslist and all of these. I saw a bunch of YouTube videos on these, so I kind of got some inspiration on that. So I was just looking, and then I found one that popped up in Sacramento.
Which is kind of far distance from us.
Yeah, it was like it took us like 6 to 8 hours to get there.
No biggie. They just go check out these old cars 6 hours away.
I don't know what I was thinking. And then
I'm glad you weren't thinking.
I know, exactly. I convinced my family to go out there. We checked out the car. Immediately knew I was gonna own this thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's so rad.
So.
And how long was that?
That was back in late 2020.
Okay, so you're going on 3 years now.
Yes.
Getting some change.
Exactly.
What was the vision for it?
I just kind of like the old Japanese style with smaller wheels, low. Just keep it simple.
Keep it very simple.
Well, simple enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've only had the car for 3 years, and you know, as a young guy, I'm sure you're not a limited budget. I can't wait to see what else you do with it once, you know.
I can't wait to get adult money.
Oh man,
it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, just don't walk away from old cars. I mean, that's all we're asking, you know. Yeah. Don't go get yourself a brand new, you know, car and forget about these old junkers.
Yeah, I don't see myself owning any new cars anytime soon, so.
Man, you are the real ones, dude. Especially with the wagon, because like we mentioned off camera, everybody likes the wagons, nobody wants to own them. So the fact that you own them, it's so cool, man. no words to explain this. I get so many more smiles out of like an older car like this. The way the exhaust sounds, it reminds me of like those 1940s, 50s bombs, you know, with lowriders. It's like, brrr.
Yeah, it starts getting a little crackly.
Yes, yes. Dude, this is super, super cool. I really, really like what you've done with it. Clutch. Are you just running OEM clutch?
Yeah, I think it's a master out of a Celica, 70 Celica, and then pedals from a X7 or X8. I just made to fit. There's a couple spacers here and there.
Gotcha. The smell of the car is so unique. I love, love, love it, man. I mean, everything about this car is just so rad. The dash cover. I mean,
well, you gotta hide the cracks, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a what, 50-year-old car, 47-year-old car?
Yeah.
I mean, the years start adding up. Gotta take off slowly, I see. Hey, boogies! Oh, dude! That's cool, man. This thing is rad.
Inline 6 in it with a 3-speed automatic, and it came with like an overdrive in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like 4-speed.
Gotcha. I mean, they're supposed to be daily drivers, grocery getters, so nothing too crazy.
It was a really good cruiser in that setup. It was comfortable to drive, pretty reliable, decent gas mileage.
Decent. Yeah, definitely. And so, do you know obviously the car still has original paint, right? Do you know?
Most of its original paint. I think it got repainted at once. It got in an accident before I owned it a couple times, so.
Oh, okay. But for the most part, it's OG color.
Yeah, I think they resprayed that side of the car.
No wonder half of it is shiny, the other one, I'm just kidding.
No, exactly. And then that side's missing some wood grain.
So tell us about this wood grain, man. Like, is it real wood?
No, it's like a vinyl. If you look, you can see it peel, like starting to crack right here. But
so it's the 70s. So in case you're missing wood, you know, fake wood in your kitchen table, you just get some from the car, right?
Yeah, because you can never have too much, I guess.
That's so cool. You know. Okay. Have you done anything to the front end?
Aesthetically, no. I changed out it had like LED headlights that looked kind of cheesy in my opinion, so I just got some original looking ones.
Wow. Okay.
Everything aesthetically is pretty much untouched. It's got T3 coilovers, weld-on coilovers in the front, D-arc leaf springs in the back, real short shocks out of I want to say like a 04 Camaro or something like that.
I love how you guys go about figuring this out.
Dude, thanks to
about
Facebook.
04 Camaro. Yeah, no biggie, right? That's funny.
Facebook groups is lifesaver, I'm telling you.
That's cool. Okay. And what other suspension goodies?
It's sitting on the bump stops right now, so there's not much suspension.
The frame.
Yeah. I like a month ago, I was driving it around and I kept hearing the drive shaft hit the tunnel. I'm like, that's not good. So I jack it up. I look, there's like a center bump stop sitting over the third member on the diff, and it smashed the bump stop through the body.
Ooh.
And I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. So temporary fix to get here, I just spaced it down with a bunch of spacers and then spaced the outside ones.
You're a legend, my friend.
So it sits a little higher than it usually does, but I don't rub as bad. You
don't have your diff hanging out the top of the car.
Exactly.
I'm glad, dude. Well, thank you for making it out. Now that I know that, wow, that's crazy. Okay, and then tell us about the wheel, man. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, these are Southern Ways Epsilon mesh.
So good.
I scored on these. It was my buddy. His neighbor had an old Cressida, same generation.
No way.
Yeah.
What are the odds, dude?
But he wrecked it a long time ago, but he had these wheels that he was gonna put on the car. It had tires on it and everything, and he just didn't have a car anymore. So he was looking for a car, and then I showed up one day with this thing, and he's like, no way. So he hooked me up on a good deal.
That's cool, man. And what are the specs on them?
I wanna say they're 15 by 8 in the front, 15 by 9.5 in the back. 195s all around.
195s.
I don't know the offsets or any of that.
Super aggressive offset.
Yeah.
For sure. but we love it. Wow. It just flows perfectly, man. It just sits exactly where, you know, you would want it to sit. Super rad. And those are 4x114 you mentioned, right?
Yes.
Gotcha, 4x114. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can kind of see the leaf springs and
how
they're kind of curving the other way.
The opposite way, yeah, we see it. Whatever it takes to get low, right?
Exactly.
That's so cool, man. These long roofers, man, we just love long roofers, man. There's something about them.
I got pretty lucky. A lot of these come with the wagons come with roof racks, and they're not clipped onto the rain gutters. They're drilled into the roof.
Oh.
So luckily, I don't have to patch any holes. I kind of like the.
I almost feel like this is a lower trim because of that, right? Everybody would want to have
I would imagine,
those,
yeah.
Right? I mean, you would think, but it's so clean. You're right. Man. And then the rear, what have we done to it?
So we got the dual tips, obviously. It's full stainless exhaust running to the headers.
Sounds beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty much everything's stock around here. It's just this window rubber. I finally found one.
How do you find those?
Anyone that has a wagon, or honestly the X3, just knows how hard like window trim is to come by. So I found like a new old stock.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna ask you how much you pay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, honestly.
Okay.
So this is, I don't know how it's staying in because you press it from the inside and like you can see the windows start to pop out.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, the more you tell me about this car, the more I'm scared that you're driving it. I'm glad you're not like, and you can see my diff from there.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's, oh man, this is so rad, dude. Just every little detail that they have.
Picked up the little
Shaka
bra.
That's awesome, man. Just the little details that you. This I'm assuming are functional, right? The little vents. Yeah, some air would go in, and dude, this is so freaking cool. Just love the car, seriously. I really do. I love the patina look. I love the way you have it. I wouldn't do anything. But any future plans for the outside you can think of?
I want to fix a bunch of rust spots. I got a front lip I picked up from the Moonlight Runners, so that's gonna look pretty cool, I think. I got paint for this car. Hopefully I can do that this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do my first
You gonna
at-home
do
paint
yourself?
job. Yeah.
Are you gonna change the color on us?
It's gonna be similar. It's gonna be brown, but it comes off of like a 2017 Toyota Tundra, so it's like that newer gold brown color.
The question is, are you keeping the wood?
Yes, I'm keeping the wood. So I gotta find someone. I think I have someone that'll do the vinyl for me.
I mean, you have everything. You just gotta maybe they need to refresh it, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. I just gotta fix some plastic bits, but.
Dude, this is rad. Maybe race car brake pads? Or no, you're like, no, just worn out.
They just make noise.
Huh?
You look on all the forums, they're like, dude, my brake pads make noise. They get new pads, new rotors, and nothing else. Just eventually happens with this. But I don't know, I gotta change something because that's very annoying.
I love the diff in the back doing its thing.
There's good burnouts, but
Yeah, we don't want to do that today.
Yeah,
no, you're fine, you're fine. Is it plan to drift it, or?
I don't know, just have a fun car. You know?
Well, you already accomplished that, sir.
Yeah.
So you're good. But since you want to do more stuff to it, do you want to, like, the idea would be to drift it, or for what?
I don't know if it's gonna be necessarily a drift car, but maybe capable of it.
Okay. Just something that you want to slide around and have fun and just cruise it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, more wood grain. We got the wood grain steering wheel.
We see a theme back in the 70s and 80s. More wood, yes. Man.
Everything's pretty much stock inside. Converted it to 5-speed manual.
Ooh, okay. So tell about the wheel. What kind of size, what kind of wheel is it?
Oh, shit. I want to say it's a not a 350.
Yeah, 320?
Maybe.
Well,
I forget.
It looks great. It
Yeah.
flows very nicely. The interior, man, I'm not a big fan of tan. except on specific cars, and this is it. Like,
no, I totally agree.
This is exactly. Oh man, don't change the interior, man. This is great. Wow. OG everything inside, except for those gauges, but very well, nice done. OE carpet?
No, that's a new carpet. It comes out of a newer Cressida, but it's pretty close. So
it looks really nice. Very clean seats, dude. Super clean. This is amazing. Dude, this is super rad. And one of my favorite aspects of this car is the manual handles. I don't know, just it's cool. I don't know.
Nothing breaks. Every time I had electric windows, they always fail.
They always, yep, that's true. I mean, it sucks if you want to lower the window on the rear, then you have to stretch. But other than that, I mean, as long as the front one is good, you're pretty much, oh man, super gnarly.
The old carpet was pretty much the same color as that.
Okay.
I think it was originally brown, but I think it gets sun bleached or something.
It was rough.
Yeah, it was green and it was falling apart.
Yeah.
It smelled bad.
What are the future plans for the interior, dude, if any?
I want to get new seats because these things are kind of sketchy driving around. You kind of slide everywhere. I want to build a center console for the thing. Since I put in the manual, it sits a little farther forward. Mm-hmm. Since it's like a Mark II Supra transmission, W58. I guess the Mark IIIs fit a little better. So we just got to make a new console for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. I would like to just do seats, center console, and call it good there.
Right.
Maybe new headliner because that's gonna bug me.
Wow. Okay. Well, you mentioned Supra transmission.
Yeah.
What? Let's talk about the engine. Let's show us the engine power and see what we got going on.
So, 5-speed manual. Welded the diff so you can have some fun. And got a 1UZ.
Ooh, man. Such clean setup, man. Seriously.
So this is the color I was talking about. That's gonna go on the outside.
Super clean. Okay. So what happened with the inline six? You just got tired of it, or
you
just wanted something you already knew you were gonna swap it?
Yeah, that was when I picked up this car, I knew I wanted to do an engine swap of some sort. I was thinking JZ, but kind of too expensive.
A little bit, yeah.
Especially if you want to go turbo and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. So you went with this one. Where'd you pick the motor from?
I got it off this guy in Long Beach. It came out of a wreck car.
Mm-hmm.
So it came out of a 96 SC 400.
Okay.
So that came with a rear sump and a bunch of different components. I didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
That was supposed to, I didn't know it was different when I first picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently with these cars, you need a front sump and just basically out of an LS 400.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just fits the cross member a little better.
Yeah, I have zero idea what I'm looking at. So tell us, man.
Yeah, diving into it when I first picked up the motor, I didn't know either. I thought it was simple. My idea of an engine swap at the time was just buy it, throw it in, and that's it. But then
Kline quickly realized that that's not the thing.
8 months later, I figured it out.
Wow. So you did this all yourself?
Yeah, all in the garage.
Ooh, man. Way to go. This is on a limited budget. I can't wait what you're gonna do, man. This is super cool, man. Congrats.
Sprayed the engine bay in the garage, patched up some holes. I didn't want to go too crazy, but
okay, so you mentioned
snowballed. I wanted to throw it in and then not even paint the engine bay, and I was like, while the engine's out, might as well spray it. Oh, might as well patch these holes.
That's so funny. Okay, so the gas mileage, we're not gonna talk about that anymore because now we have an 8-cylinder. But so we have an 8, and then the transmission. You already knew that you needed to use that type of transmission? Or
I was doing some research. A lot of people use R154s or W58s, even CD09s, and so you can get a 6-speed in it. But found this at a good deal and
decided to jump on it.
Yeah, should hold up hopefully.
Engine, everything's
stock. I just had to find all the components to make it fit. So it's front sump now. Yeah, everything's stock.
Okay. And what kind of power does it push from factory?
I think the factory says high 270s.
Oh, 70s. Okay. I would think 230s. Okay, 270s. That's not bad. I mean, for this thing, it's
yeah, I
more
think
than
like
perfect.
power to weight ratio is pretty good.
Okay.
Like being a wagon, it's pretty light.
Okay. Okay. And then coolant, coil rad,
Yes.
radiator, anything else?
It's got 2 loud ass electric fans.
Nice.
I would like to find something a little quieter.
I thought it was your exhaust, but that's your fans. I'm kidding.
Dude, it sounds like an aircraft when you start this thing sometimes.
But it doesn't overheat.
No, it doesn't.
There you go. It doesn't work, man.
It does its job for
Let's
sure.
go. Ah, that's so cool. You went with the electric fans, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you must have cleaned a lot of stuff out, right? I mean, I'm not familiar with the OEM look of an engine bay on this generation. So.
Honestly, on this motor, from the factory, they hide pretty much most of the wires. I didn't really change much, except like, I don't know, little hoses and stuff. Air hoses, water lines and all that stuff. But electrical, it was pretty clean.
Really? Gotcha.
I deleted some emission stuff that sits on the side right here, and it's like a big old spaghetti mess. But
okay. So that makes a huge difference.
yeah, that was the big difference. That's the original Toyota power steering cab.
Super nice. Man. Your engine bay and your engine's super clean, man. So
Thank you.
Props to that. Brake lines look really cool.
Yeah, I redid all the brake lines. So they're running along the firewall pretty high so you could see it. So what we did was run it down across the cross member and then back up.
That's OEM brake booster and everything?
Yeah, I had it redone because when I think taking it apart and putting it back together messed something up. So when I was bleeding the clutch, I was bleeding the brakes at the time, the pedal just kept hitting the floor, and I was like, it worked before. So,
been there.
Yeah.
Been there. Gotcha.
So I was running around with like brakes that were super sensitive.
Oh, really?
You know, like way, I think I messed up what would you call it? Like some diaphragm inside. So it was pretty much on or off. So you got to be really light on the brakes.
So you were like on brake booster delete type of thing.
Yeah, it was sketchy.
That's funny. That's sketchy. You're turning your wagon into a race car, man. That's all it is.
I would like that.
You're already in your way, man. Like, I can't believe, like...
The weak link right now is the rear end. I've blown up 2 axles now. And this is my last set. So if I break this one,
oh no,
I'm done. So I've been cruising it now.
Oh no, I can't only imagine. Transmission stock?
Yeah, it's a stock transmission. Everything's stock. I just wanted to keep it simple and reliable.
And that's a 5-speed you mentioned,
yes.
Right? Okay. So, if, I hope not, but in case that anything in the bag goes wrong, axles or diff or, I don't know, what are the future plans for this?
Future plans, I gotta stiffen up the chassis. It twists pretty hard when you get on it, or even like coming in and out of driveways, you can kind of hear it kind of creak. So definitely some reinforcement.
Would you do it from the bottom, or you're gonna do it on the top as well on the engine? I mean, on the interior.
I need to do like some struts and underneath probably.
Okay, no cage.
No, I don't see a cage in the future.
Okay.
Kind of like the clean look.
We do love the clean look. Gotcha. Okay. So.
But you never know.
We'll never know. 6 months from now, we'll see.
Yeah, this thing's all gutted
pretty
fast.
It's all gutted. It's boosted now, and keeping this set up for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't got no money, so it's got to stay like this.
I love how you did this without any money, man. Can you imagine if you did have money, man? This is crazy. Well, I mean, thank you so much, man. This is an amazing project. Seriously.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, I built the whole exhaust from the headers all the way to the tailpipe. It's got a rack and pinion now out of a IS 300. So I had this big old steering box right here. And some people make the exhaust fit that, but I had no luck. I was like, I don't know. So that snowballed, picked up a IS 300 rack, made brackets, welded it to the cross member. And then, yeah, now, it drives better. Drives way better.
You're just saying like it's a normal thing. I was like, oh, you gotta put a rack and pinion, retrofitted it to this car. What? Like, dude, you're a freaking legend. That's so cool, man.
I want to put the AC in it, so that's why the pump's still there. It's just plugged for now.
Look at you. Dude.
Figure out how all the old stuff's gonna fit to the new stuff.
And this car did not come with AC from factory.
It did.
It did?
Yeah.
Interesting.
AC, heat.
Wow.
All the amenities, really. That's why I was such a good daily driver. Like,
dude, this is so cool. Seriously. Power's there, man. It just wants to go. I love it, dude. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do anything to it.
Right?
This is it. Like, but you're not gonna leave it alone. You still got more things to do. Like, apparently.
Yeah, I got ideas.
That's crazy. I mean, what would be the ultimate engine platform that you would want to go with? The JZ?
No, I think the UZ is pretty cool. It's a little
Okay.
different. Maybe ITB setup on this.
No.
They sound really cool.
Dude. Big boogies. Alrighty, Kline, thank you so much for allowing us to learn your story. This amazing build. Crazy that you're doing this on a budget, right? So there's no money, yet all this stuff you did, it's already way beyond some of the cars that I have, which is amazing. And two, I love the fact that you're one of a kind, driving a wagon, 70s car. Amazing, dude. Seriously, great job. Thank you so much for allowing us to learn your story.
thank you.
Any shout outs, man?
Shout out to my friends and family, really. They're pretty supportive on what I like doing, so hopefully I can keep doing this in the future. Maybe get some side work going, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, it was pretty much a solo, you know, just friends and family helping us.
That's cool.
I wish I got sponsors or something. That'd make it a lot cheaper, but I think it's a little harder than that.
Toyota, hit him up.
Yeah, I know, right?
JZ's or Honda with the K's, you know? That's awesome, man. Well, Kline, thank you so much, man, for making the time. Yeah, please keep this thing on the road, man. It's so good. It's just so good. I'm telling you, I saw you cruising and doing the rollers. I'm like, damn, that guy's lucky, man. So great job. And yeah, thank you for sharing your story with us, man.
Yeah, of course.